Hello, beautiful soul of Scorpio. I want to begin by welcoming you here and by thanking you for allowing yourself this space and this moment, because the very act of pressing pause in the midst of your day to listen, to reflect, and to open your heart to what the universe is quietly guiding you toward is already an act of courage and self-care. It may seem simple, but in truth it is rare, and I honor you for showing up for yourself in this way. As we begin this journey together, I invite you to set aside the noise of everything that may have been pulling at your attention and to instead turn inward, even if just for these few moments, because your heart has been carrying weight, questions, and longings that deserve to be acknowledged without judgment or haste. Scorpio, I know how deeply you feel, how intensely you experience the unseen layers of love and connection, and this reading is here to help you make sense of that weight and that intensity. I am not here to tell you what to do or to press you into decisions you are not ready for, but to walk beside you as we look into the energy that surrounds your connection and the truth that has been asking to be revealed. What we discover together may not only speak of the person who is on your mind, but also of the way this experience is shaping you, refining you, and calling you toward greater clarity. So let us breathe. Let us begin. And let us step into this space with openness, because what unfolds here is meant to meet you exactly where you are. Perfect. Scorpio. Let's shift into the language of the stars themselves, because their movement has been shaping the pulse of your heart more than you might realize. Right now, the skies are heavy with the mystery of the moon moving through water. And for you, this amplifies what you already carry, so naturally intuition, emotional depth, the sense that something is stirring just beneath the surface. You may not yet see everything clearly, but you can feel it. This lunar influence is pulling you inward, asking you to pause, to listen, to trust the currents that are not visible to the eye but undeniable to the spirit. Alongside this, the star energy in your chart speaks of hope and of a future that is beginning to form, even if it feels fragile or distant. Scorpio, the cosmos is reminding you that faith is not naive. It is necessary. It is the willingness to keep believing even in the middle of uncertainty, to hold a vision of what can be even when the present feels unsettled. That faith is what allows transformation to take root. And for you, transformation is not just a possibility. It is your nature. There is also the sense of karmic threads being illuminated now, connections that feel bigger than this lifetime. That is why the pull toward this person, this experience, or this moment feels so intense. The universe is reminding you that bonds like this are not accidental. They are part of a larger pattern designed to awaken you. Yet even with this truth, you are not bound. You still hold the power to decide what is right for you, what aligns with your soul, and what you will no longer carry. This cosmic climate highlights separation and distance, but not as punishment. Instead, it is space designed with purpose, to give you room to breathe, to reflect, and to see what truly belongs to you. It is in the pause that you remember your own strength, and it is in the silence that the universe speaks most clearly. Scorpio, as we turn inward to your present energy, the stars reveal a landscape that is both demanding and transformative. With Pluto, your ancient ruler, continuing to stir the deeper layers of your chart, there is a strong pull towards self-examination, almost as if life is holding up a mirror and asking you to see not just who you are on the surface, but what lies beneath. This is not always easy, because Pluto does not allow half-truths or illusions. It insists on depth, on honesty, on confronting the very emotions you sometimes try to set aside. At the same time, Mars, your co-ruler, has been pushing you into motion, You may have noticed your energy swinging between extremes, moments where you want to act, to speak, to fight for what you feel, and other moments where retreat feels safer. This push and pull is not a weakness, but part of the process, because Mars is igniting your desire to move forward, while Pluto is reminding you that the foundation must be authentic before you take that step. The recent lunar influence also shows that you are balancing between longing and self-protection. There is a part of you that feels at home in this connection, that believes in its potential, and yet another part that is cautious, aware that moving too quickly or giving too much could cost you your stability. This is why your energy now is about recalibration, finding the middle path between intensity and patience, between passion and discernment. It is clear that you are carrying both devotion and hesitation, both commitment and the instinct to step back. And in truth, Scorpio, this is exactly where you are meant to be. The cosmos is not asking you to choose recklessly, but to honor your rhythm. You are in a phase of gathering strength, refining clarity, and allowing your emotions to settle so that when the time comes to act or to speak, it comes from a place of power, not fear. Now, Scorpio, let us step into the energy of the other person as the sky reflects it. What is striking here is how their own chart is echoing the themes of awakening and reckoning. With Saturn making strong aspects in the collective sky, there is a weight pressing on them, a sense of accountability and the awareness that they cannot simply avoid what this connection has stirred. Saturn tests maturity. And for them, it feels as though life is requiring honesty and responsibility in how they approach you. Jupiter's influence is also present, showing expansion in their perspective. This suggests they have been quietly reflecting, seeing you differently than they did before. They may have once taken for granted the depth of your presence, but now they are beginning to recognize the rare quality of the bond. Jupiter expands awareness, and for them, that expansion comes in the form of realizing that you are not simply another chapter, but someone who touches the core of their journey. There is also a veil of concealment in their energy, symbolized by the moon's shadowy aspects. They may still be holding back, not ready to reveal all that they feel. This is not because the emotions are absent, but because vulnerability unsettles them. The alignment suggests that their heart and their actions are not fully synchronized. They feel more than they show. Yet, the presence of Venus in tension with their personal planets reveals longing. They are drawn toward partnership, toward union. But they hesitate, weighing consequences, waiting for the right alignment to make their move. Uranus plays a role here too, hinting at disruption, an unexpected breakthrough or shift that could jolt them into seeing things clearly. This could be the sudden realization that life without you feels incomplete, or that holding back only intensifies the pull they already resist. Such awakenings can feel like shockwaves, but they are necessary to push them out of hesitation and into truth. So, Scorpio, the energy surrounding them is layered a mixture of restraint and desire, fear and admiration, hesitation and awakening. They are standing at a threshold, aware that the way they respond to this connection could reshape their path, even if they are not yet ready to step forward. The cosmos is aligning circumstances that will leave them with little choice but to confront what you mean to them. Scorpio, as we look forward into the unfolding sky, the path that stretches before you is marked by both challenge and profound possibility. The movements of the outer planets, those that govern destiny and long cycles of growth, are making themselves known here. Pluto, your ruler, continues its slow and relentless journey, reminding you that transformation is not a single moment but an ongoing rhythm. This means that what lies ahead for you and this person is not about immediate answers or quick resolutions, but about deep restructuring, both within yourselves and between you. The coming alignments between Jupiter and Saturn speak to the tension between expansion and responsibility. For your shared future, this suggests that joy, growth, and new experiences are possible, but only when both of you are willing to meet the reality of what it takes to sustain them. It is not enough to dream. There must also be effort, honesty, and the willingness to work through fears and limitations. If both of you can rise to this, the promise is lasting, a bond that matures rather than fades. Venus will soon shift into a supportive position for Scorpio, and this is a sign of healing, of the heart opening again, of a gentler current flowing through your love life. Even if there has been distance, miscommunication, or restraint, Venus softens the edges and allows for reconciliation, or at the very least, clarity. This influence is not about rushing back into something unprepared, but about finding balance and understanding the kind of connection where affection is expressed in ways that feel nurturing rather than unstable. Uranus still lingers in the background, hinting that surprises are not finished. The future may bring an unexpected conversation, a sudden decision, or a shift in circumstances that clears the air. This does not have to be destructive. In fact, for many of you, it will be liberating. Breaking patterns that once kept the connection locked in silence or fear. The truth, once revealed, may not be simple, but it will free you both to decide from a place of honesty. Ultimately, Scorpio, your shared path is one of transformation and alignment. The stars do not guarantee outcomes, they illuminate the choices. What is clear is that the connection between you is not fleeting. It carries karmic weight, the kind that demands growth and courage from both souls involved. Alzanades, the universe is reminding you that whether this evolves into a lifelong union or serves as a catalyst for personal rebirth, it is part of your destiny's unfolding design. Scorpio, as we bring this journey to its close, I want to leave you with a message that speaks not just to the connection on your heart, but to the essence of who you are and what the cosmos is calling forth from you. You are standing at a threshold, one side shaped by longing, uncertainty, and the weight of what feels unfinished, and the other side lit by the quiet promise of transformation, strength, and alignment with your truest self. The universe has been very clear this chapter is not simply about waiting for another person's choices. It is about recognizing that you have always carried the power to direct your own path. The energy that surrounds you now is not punishment. It is preparation. Every delay, every pause, every silence has been a space carved out for you to return to yourself, to remember your worth, and to see your reflection not through the eyes of another, but through the truth of your own soul. You are learning patience. Yes, but also discernment. You are learning to feel deeply without losing your grounding, to hope without abandoning reason, and to love without dissolving into someone else's shadow. If this person steps fully into their awakening, the possibility of union is real. The planets show there is potential for growth, reconciliation, and even stability if they are willing to meet you with honesty and courage. But even if they are not ready, your journey does not stall. Scorpio, Pluto reminds you that endings are never just endings, they are gateways to new life. Venus whispers that your heart is meant to be cherished, not diminished. And Jupiter insists that expansion awaits you, whether within this bond or beyond it. So, Scorpio, carry this truth with you. You are not defined by absence, silence, or waiting. You are defined by the way you rise, by the way you endure, and by the way you transform even the heaviest grief into wisdom. You are a phoenix, and you have already proven that no ashes can hold you. As you move forward, Trust that the universe is aligning you not with what breaks you, but with what honors you. Trust in your timing, in your intuition, and in the depth of your soul, because that is where your true compass lies. Your story is not finished. In fact, it is only beginning to unfold in its fullest form. Whether this love walks beside you or fades into memory, you will emerge stronger, clearer, and more aligned than ever. And that, Scorpio, is the gift of this moment. Rise with it, claim it, and know that the light you carry is more powerful than any shadow you will ever face.